Good day to you. This is REG.FN Howard with Full of Wisdom on our morning talk, and we're just chilling out. Hey, babe, tell
Good
everybody
morning.
hello.
Good morning, babe. How you doing?
We all right. Just trying to connect with you and let you know why we would like to do this.
Yeah. Well,
Um,
we wake up on two different spectrums and two sides of the world. So the reason why we got together to give our different thoughts, theories, ideologies, and belief systems, upon to the viewers who are listening. I'm radical, opinionated, and definitely have a military science to everything, almost anything I do. So, Reg F. and Howard would say that I wake up with a negative, radical view, but actually that keeps me going and understanding why I am being oppressed by that which is a dominating system from that which seems to be the opposite of who I am as a man, black man here in America, so-called black man here in America. So on a daily basis, I'm bucking against the beast daily, every second. So that's how I live. I don't advocate to so-called peace that we're looking for. I'm a warrior in a constant spiritual war. And so when I'm displaying that, it may seem that it's very aggressive, but actually I do that so that I can find the peace, so that whenever there is a peaceful moment, I can really enjoy it without being mentally oppressed.
Now, see, I wake up in the morning and my focus is trying to find my center, trying to find my peace of mind, and trying to figure out what positive thing I'm going to do with my day. And the first thing I need to do is to center myself in the Creator. So I go looking for the peace, not the problem. And it's not that I'm not aware of the problem, it's researched pretty thoroughly. Not that we can't always go deeper into the problem. But when I'm looking at the problem, it's only to find the solutions. I'm looking for the medicine. So we wake up with two different ideas. And I thought, you know what, in this marriage, right? And looking at the world and how it fits together, you see how when you're looking at the social structures, thinking about the problem, and I'm thinking about the solution, it occurred to me uh, that the black man, has been pushed into a position of female submission. Not only him, but all males without any kind of economic um, ability to have a voice. Like if you can't move those gatekeepers, you can't open the doors and you can't get your things done. So being in that position puts the male without economic power in a position of female submission. So that's male dominance, but it's white Euro corporate dominance. And so, yeah, I can relate to it on that level, that this is all a marriage. And looking at the state that America is in right now, I was thinking how um, this is like marriage therapy. So, in the same way that we wake up with different points of view, and we war in this house spiritually, because he wakes up with one set of ideas and I wake up with another. That's not unlike the state of the world right now. We could even take it out of America, which is another reason why he gets irritated with me, because I'm worldview and he's very people oriented, only his people. Seems to me like he just wants to flip it. And the reason why I am so adamant about my position is, I keep thinking of that line in The Color Purple. Until you do right by me, everything you do gonna fail. And this whole system is built on a lie. The spiritual system and all our stuff is It comes from women. It comes from the female spirit. If you look at all the history and stuff. So until women are treated as equally as these men without economic power are yelling about wanting to be treated, it's not going to work. So it's kind of interesting to see the males want their power and authority. The canopy of life is real. So anyway, we just want to show this picture and share this because this is the medicine. This is real stuff that's going on in our homes.
Well, I definitely touch on a point from a woman perspective, but for me, as an individual, middle age black man, and understanding my surroundings and dealing with society and what it's displaying, um, to me, condition is everything. So, as REG.FN Howard stated, and I think speaking from a woman perspective, her her thought pattern, her ideology is well respected. However, at the end of the day, condition is everything, and so it's not the point of competition. You know, to me, that's what it seems to be, a competition of man, black man, and black woman. First of all, you know what I'm saying, not being your original self. The woman today says that she has to take her power, but if you got to take power, then you're really powerless because the power starts from your natural. The state, and I'm speaking well, from what I'm seeing of a black woman, that's not her natural power. The power she has now has really been given to her until she understands what is her natural power, not to be in competition with her man, her black man. You know what I'm saying? Then one would never know. If we look at history, you know, within itself, there was women that power, but it was it was different kinds of power. And what I see from a woman is she has the power. She's a nurturer. You know, the man is a warrior, and when we say a warrior, we're talking about when you are fighting in that war, you need physical strength. You know, if you look at in that physical strength, yes, you need the military mind to fight. But when we look at what's going on right now, the power that has been given to the black man and the black woman is not our power. So our natural ability to go ahead and produce for the land, water, and sea is not happening. We seem to be very chemically imbalanced. When we look at black man and black woman, there's a war that's going on in the house. So until the war is settled, you understand what I'm saying? We can never find no peace. How can you find peace in the middle of battles? The war is inevitable from those who dominate because that's what they do. From the time that a black child is birthed into this world, you understand what I'm saying? The woman is in turmoil, trying to say, "Well, I'm in power, I'm in this," and it's not about that. It's whatever this creator made, he made, you know, and that whoever has a problem really has to take it up to whoever creator they call themselves. For me, when I get up, I see that I'm oppressed. So if I'm oppressed, who is oppressing me? You understand what I'm saying? So I look at that what is oppressing me. So if I look at that which is oppressing me, which is negative, you know, and I'm looking for something positive, I can't go on to that what is oppressing me, going on to their lower part or that which you can say that's my friend because most black people really want to assimilate. They want to assimilate with those who are who people are progressing, you know, and are privileged, and we're not. And so when you assimilate with that which is already privileged, and you're not, it's going to be a conflict in the home. Everything that we are attaining is because of what our slave master has done. And we don't even want to take, for instance, that's our slave master. But when we look into it, it's a mental slave. We are mentally being programmed by everything that we do, economically, law, entertainment, religion. we're colonizing everything we do, and sometimes we have to go to the root of it. So when we looking, you can't when anytime that we're doing something, we always have to start from the root.
And I agree with you. As a woman, you know, as as a black woman, I agree with you that all these things are happening. And I'm not saying that I feel like you're wrong or a person is wrong for waking up with his type of perspective. What I'm saying is that I can't wake up with that kind of perspective. See, I already come from a place of pain. I grew up uh, hurting every day. So when I wake up, I'm not looking to have that problem in my face and just be regurgitating it, chewing on it, making myself stew and like focusing on it. And I know about the laws of attraction and correspondence and things like that. And don't want those type of energies around me. So when I see them, I deal with them thoroughly. You're going to get the business if you give me that bigotry. I don't care who you are, whether it's because I'm a woman or whether it's because I'm a black woman. Okay, so I get it from both sides, from our men, from men in general, and from other races, you know. But then again, I'm not spending my time in that space. It was important for me to take a more broad perspective and start looking at, well, why is all this stuff happening? Not just why is all this stuff happening to me? And so I wake up trying to look for the medicine. And part of that is, just being able to take that deep breath because we need to allow space for each other to be ourselves. I believe that, you know, um, we're a body, and that if we could just stop being so overly emotional about people taking the time to be themselves, things would be better. I don't think that there's a lot of flexibility from black men and the way that they perceive black women and how they want to have us behave within society, you know. And I believe that a lot of it is still Eurocentric programming. I grew up looking at Gone with the Wind and looking at other movies where the woman was in the house and stuff like that. And the man says now that it was all it was all the white establishment that's causing the discord within the home because of the whole system and stuff. Like the feminism stuff like that. But I say that back when we left slavery, we never knew how to have families. We never knew how to nurture one another. There was a lot of messed up behavior, and it was about survival. We never knew how to do those things. So even when there's opportunity for us to go out now and do things with our lives and change things, I think the mindset for a lot of us is to remain stagnant when it comes to um, our intimate relationships, that we still want to adopt the television's viewpoint of the way that we should be with one another, and um, I can't fall behind that, that there's only a few choices for me to be considered acceptable. Like I gotta be a Muslim woman and put something on my head, or a church woman that wears skirts that go fall underneath her knees and she's covered up, or um, a well tailored this or that, or you know what I'm saying? They just uh, there's too many different. I mean, well, there's not enough flexibility for me. If you step out of line of the typical stereotypes of women, is what I'm trying to say, you end up looking like a whore. They'll paint you a whore. They'll say that you're a loud, noisy black woman, or you're crazy.
Well, I think we spend too much time and emphasis on power when we know at this point we're powerless, and we're powerless because you cannot rise. And we must deal with root. I deal with the root. And oppression is what's going on. And oppression means that you can't arouse, you cannot arise, and you're being treated cruelly. A people and a nation of people is being treated cruelly, treated poorly. When we look at, progress, and today we have not progress because why? Our enemy will not let us. This is a fact. What we are, we're like almost clones from our ancestors, but pretty much the same. We are modern day slaves. And until we start understanding dealing with the root of that, how can you ever assimilate?
You
The
have to
same,
change your own behavior first, though, don't we? Don't we have
the,
to take responsibility somewhere?
you can't take responsibility if you cannot take responsibility if you're first of all, there was a time when we used to birth our own children. That is one of the core things of growing a spiritual. Now when we are birthing, we're not birthing home. You know what I'm saying? We're birthing it in their hospitals. Mm. So then, from right then and there, the touch of someone touching your natural of the black woman and another black woman, in there they had it was a ritual pretty much done with those midwives because we wasn't allowed in their hospitals, and that gave us a sense of bonding. So we say this love. When we say love, love is nothing but bonding. That's why I say when you say love, who's love? How do we taught love? If the woman is in turmoil with the thinking that she has, and she gets with her mate, let's say that there's a positive thing, and white picket fences, and peace, and love, woo, that we got from the concept, you know what I'm saying, of a Eurocentric thinking, or from, I say, our enemy, you know what I'm saying, our slave master, then if her condition is of that which oppressed her, then when she gives that child and they conceive, it's a condition of the rules that is set before us. Because everything that we are is done. It's like they are our mother and our father.
So
Because we
what if,
cannot go out of their ring.
see,
So
that's the same thing. Now, this, I want to make this equation with the marriage thing, okay? In that same way, what if a wife, okay, who's supposed to be governed more so by her husband, has different aspirations than the male? Isn't that the same equation you're making with society, the Eurocentric society,
I,
dominating
I,
blacks?
no, I said condition. Condition is like a robot. You are made. You are programmed. We agree that we are programmed, right?
Yes, I agree that.
So if you're a program, that means that's a condition, like a computer. You can probably put the data in, and the computer only thinks one way. It does not respond. So when you try to have your own emotions, you don't never know your real
I'm
emotions.
making that equation with women and the way that man is treating women. That we only have so many different categories we are supposed to fit in, or you fall into the scrap pile.
Well, if you look at what who is leading today, if you want to be technical, the woman is leading the man today. Why is she leading the woman? Why is she leading the men today? Who lets her lead like that? Is that the natural order?
How
Because
is the woman leading the man? How
well,
so?
she's leading him in jobs. She's financially she's leading him. We might not say it. We're talking about athletes, but we're talking about in the communities where we look at, and you go into the black households. It's over six. Let's just give a low figure. Over 65 of the households are run by women with children, who clearly tells you, I don't need no man. I don't want no man. I can satisfy myself. And then this particular woman that says she doesn't need a man, she's raising little baby boys to be men. So if you look at the doctor, she's already sized him up that he can never really be a man. So his thinking now is feminized. He thinks like a woman. So if you're raising up a society of women thinking, then you have your rulership and your power.
But
They're
why
not
is it like? Why is it like that?
because of our oppressor. But
No, yes, okay, yes. But see, the other aspect of that, see, that's one dimensional. The other aspect of that is us taking responsibilities for learning how to have relationships, okay, and to intermingle with each other, to have that care, okay, to grow that care and
but
consideration.
if someone got their foot on your back and will not let you, it's impossible. You can try to squeeze out of it's like somebody has a mental disorder and you trying to come out of that disorder and you have no order. So he tells you he knows what your capability is. You understand what I'm saying? He knows that, but he won't let you. So if see,
That's
we
where
gotta
I
do a
see
root
that's
cause.
where I see the spin and the connection, the intertwining ring here. Okay, we're gonna end this soon because Thinking with Wisdom has to go out and work that 9 to 5. Okay, and REG.FN Howard gets to stay home and create things, you know, that are coming soon. But I wanted to say how that marriage and that intertwining is there. What we need to do is, if you're always focusing on the problem, you can't find a solution, because universal law states that that's the only place and only stuff that you're going to draw in is being able to focus on that problem. Now, I'm not saying he's not entitled to that. We need that too. This is a puzzle, but we need me too. Okay? I am thinking about the solution in the way this stuff fits together, and I see that um, one way to push back that establishment is for us to start valuing ourselves and start nurturing ourselves. And take that deep breath and slow it down, because if you notice, that's the secret. If you noticed about the arts and the things that were taken and stolen and coveted from our history, they're all the things of medicine that will make you feel better. Okay? Like the music, and the relaxing atmospheres, the gardens, the parks, you know, massage, there's touch, you know, there's sound. There's so much to teach you, about the sound, about the war that is going on. How can we learn what's going on if we can't even listen to the voice that's doing it to us, you know? Um, and
I
I'm not
would,
even going to get trapped into that.
I would agree to a certain thing, but remember, when the Indians had the war, what did they play? The drums, boom, 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 and you seen the Indians going into war,
Word.
but you seen the women.
No North Dakota pipeline.
So you seen the women. What were they doing? They were in preparation for the warriors who set the winds up, who took care of the children, and so on and so forth. So when we say position and understanding, you must deal with root knowledge. I deal with root knowledge. When there's a wound and it's cutting, you just can't go and stitch the room up. You got to put anesthesia on it. You got to wash it off and care for it before you start stitching up. You understand what I'm saying? So when once again, if you listen very carefully to the black woman today. The first thing she talk about, she's in a defense mode mechanism, and then she says, "Oh, where's the peace?" For me, when I say it's before there can be any peace, you have to weather the storm. After the storm is over, then there's a celebration of peace and deep breathing. But there's conditions for everything. Yes, I believe that the natural order is peace, because when you look at a newborn baby, you can see a baby at peace. Between the ages of 1 and 5, for the most part, you can see it at peace. But if before the baby is conceived, and there's damage before the baby's conceived, then when that baby come out, it'll be at peace just for a little while. But after you see it get between 1 and 2 years old, you'll see that little baby tearing the house up because the baby's in turmoil. You also see that baby cry all the time. They say it's crying. No, that baby's in turmoil. That baby doesn't have any peace. And then you see the sickness that come in there. So one of the biggest things, and that I see, is if we don't deal with our definitely personal problems that has nothing to do with anybody else, you know what I'm saying? That is the problem. We must deal with our own stuff, and we can't let no outsiders come in and start infiltrating us and assimilating with us, talking about their stuff. That's their stuff, and that is the problem. When we understand solution, solution is, let's tend to our own business, and if somebody else got something to do, be a contributor. Don't come there and try to assimilate and say we all this. And it's not no we. It can't be we. This is why it never has worked. It never has worked.
Okay. Well, we're all entitled to our own opinions here because it's one world. I feel like we should be looking for the medicine. One world, one sky, one people. And the way to get that done is to be real about how we're feeling. And it's all good. It's all good. This needs to happen. This is the marriage counseling. This is the talk we need to have, everybody. You know, America. And the real feelings that's going on behind closed doors. What is the house like? You know? Anyway, this is REG.FN Howard speaking with wisdom. And we're out of here. This is Siren Buddha Medicine. Much love to you. This is our first show. We have more to come. Lots of health tips and stuff like that. Much love to you.